Hello and welcome to Overanalyze. My name's Levi and today I'll be covering District 17 1A. We've made it to Region 3 and we're kicking it off with a nice district here, District 17. First of all, I don't have my computer with me right now, so notes are on my phone today. So for our location of this district, kind of in the middle of a triangle here between San Angelo, Abilene, and Killeen, kind of right in the middle there. I don't really know how else to describe it. It's kind of right in the middle. They kind of stretch to each of those at certain points, but let's get into the teams. So we got Brooksmith, Cherokee, Lawn, Lametta, Richland Springs, and Rochelle. All right. First team, we got Richland Springs. They made it all the way to the regional finals this year, before losing to Huckabee. What I found absolutely crazy, they held all of their opponents in the first 4 rounds of the playoffs to less than 30 points per game, which that is just incredible defense right there. Unfortunately, Huckabee scored more points than that, 52 I think, which means that broke a streak of 16 games where where opponents of Richland Springs did not score more than 30 points, or 30 points or more. So that dated all the way back to January 7th, and the Huckabee game was February 26th. So for almost 2 months, teams playing against Richland Springs could expect to not score at least 30 points. That is just incredible. That doesn't happen. That's kind of the anomaly. Anyways, they have 3 seniors on the team, but I think 2 starters, so it's going to be tough next year, but if they can replicate that amazing defense, I'm pretty sure they can make another run. It's just not, you just don't see defenses like that. You don't see teams not scoring 30 points for 2 months straight against a team. But I'm a defensive guy. I really like that kind of stuff. But so that's why I think that they could be back for another run next year. All right, next is Lametta. They beat Evant in by district, lost to Gordon area. Honestly, just looking at it, probably good they didn't win, because that would mean that Huckabee would have beaten 3 of this district's playoff teams, which is the maximum. Huckabee would have been the District 17 killer in playoffs. That didn't happen, though. They still beat 2 of them. But anyways, it was a very close game against Gordon. They did lose. I think in district, they only lost the 2 games to Richland Springs, and they won all the other ones. I'm pretty sure. Here's the thing. They've got 7 seniors on their 12-person roster. That is just not, that's going to be very difficult to replace next year. It's just going to be really hard to do that. But anyways, Cherokee. So Cherokee's next. They got 3rd, and they made it to the area round. And that's when they found out who Huckabee was. It was a very lopsided effort. They lost, but they did beat Zephyr in by district. I think they lost 4 district games, only to the top 2 teams. It says 2-2, but they do have the Richland Springs games in there, and they got 3rd. So I'm gonna say 6-4. They have 3 seniors on the team, so that means that they are losing some people. But I mean, large amounts of seniors seems to be a pattern in this district so far. Of course, it's not like 3 is the most significant. But it's still probably going to be a hard group to replace, or a hard amount of people to replace. Anyways, next is Rochelle. Rochelle, they got 4th. They lost in by district to Pretty. They went 4-6. They have a full schedule up there. They only lost to the top 3. They were actually really close. It was really weird because they almost beat Lametta both times like by 3. They lost only by like 3 or 4, but then in the Cherokee games they lost by 12 and 15. So I mean that's a matchup thing. Thing is, they only have one senior on the roster, so they might jump a spot. So it's going to be interesting next year to see how that all plays out. All right, so getting to final predictions, we've got Richland Springs at 10-0, Cherokee at 8-2, Rochelle at 6-4, Lametta at 4-6, and then for the last two, I've got Lawn and Brooksmith. Neither one really had a whole lot of games put in, and of all of the games, neither one won a game. So I just have them splitting. I have them both at 1-9, but I don't think they are making playoffs this year. So I think the same four are making playoffs, but Lametta dropping down to 4th place. But then other than that, really no splits between them, because I think Rochelle will be able to finally fill that gap and beat Lametta both times. Alright, that's all I have for District 17. Tomorrow I'll cover District 18, 1A. Thanks for watching.